Edomite too.
Edomite.
Yeah, yup.
Like how not.
That looks like. Yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say it's like a lot of Northern Kingdom they speak Spanish, but that's the language of our oppressor at the end of the day, the Spaniards.
Right.
When they had the conquistadors, Cristobal Colon, and all the different conquistadorians that came over here and conquered our people. Well, they forced that language upon us. They forced their culture upon us.
And they were raping the shit out of our women.
Yep.
Okay? When Columbus came here, Columbus wasn't a Spaniard, by the way. Y'all know that. He was really
Amalek.
A small hand. But he was financed by the queen, the king and queen, King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella.
That's right.
And the rumors, I mean, it could have been the Edomites or Fritz. Supposedly he was popping, he had a thing going, like, that's the rumor that King Ferdinand really didn't want to fuck with him.
Yeah.
But Queen Isabella was, no, that they had like a friendship or connection. He was fucking them.
Yeah.
Nasty shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I believe, years ago, I think it was Edomites with Apostle Tahab, and I will retract this if I'm wrong. We have to do the research on it. I believe that at that time, Jake was still ruling in Europe. So, it's our speculation that, what's his name? King Ferdinand and Queen Isabella might have been Jake's.
Yeah, it makes sense though.
Well, you know what, man? Before I just put out any misinformation, Lord willing, I'll call Apostle Tahar today, later on today, just to pick his brain on that, because I know he had kind of said that to me years ago. You know what I mean? Because Jake was still ruling Europe at that time. That's what I understand.
Yeah.
Shit just didn't happen. Like, okay, yeah. King George was a Jake.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
And that's around the time of the American Revolution, 1776. When these rebels declared their independence from England. The king that was still sitting on the throne of England was a Jake. King George was a Jake. Y'all know that, right? He wasn't an Edomite. Jake was still ruling in Europe. It wasn't just an overnight thing. You know what I mean? It wasn't just an overnight thing. All of a sudden, look, Esau's in power. It's a gradual. Yeah, it's a gradual thing. These Edomites, just like how when the Roman Empire went down, Jake got up in there. Yeah, absolutely. All these movies, you take Gladiator, and them Jakes were gladiators. The gladiators won their freedom, and then a lot of them joined the Roman army. Esau always knew Jake were the top warriors, just like today. How many Israelites are in come on, man. Jake is the real warriors, man.
Yeah, Crispus Attucks was the first one to die.
Yeah.
In Boston. You know when that Crispus Attucks.
How many Jakes are in the army, in the police force?
Tons.
Jake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Right, it's Jake.
Yeah.
Jake. You got Edomites still, but you got Jake too.
Yeah.
How many Jake cops of all the tribes?
That's why Cornelius being a Jake is easy. It's an easy thing.
Yeah,
Cornelius
man.
being a Jake.
I wish you'd have been around with us 25 years ago, bro. I wish you'd have been with us 25 years ago. We trying to explain that to the dudes the house of David.
It's simple.
No, brother. And you had one dude that see, well, I ain't gonna get deep into that. He brought out the scripture of the Italian band. See, brother, that proved he was an Edomite. That was his proof. Really?
Because there was
Of the Italian band.
no Jakes in Rome, Italy.
There was no Jake.
Yeah, right.
And where they cut themselves at, all you got to do is read up on Paul.
Oh, can I get a scripture?
Please.
Get two. Because I want to make sure I catch this right. Get 1 Peter's 1:1 and 2 Peter's 1:1.
I get 2 Peter. First Peter.
Baba Pusha.
I was grabbing James 1-1.
You got James too? You hold on to that. You hold that. Alright? Well, you know what? Before we get to the good stuff, you read yours first.
Okay.
Alright, Baba Pusha.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 1. It says, James, a servant of the Most High, and of the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach
Uh-huh.
to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greetings.
To the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greetings. Scattered abroad. Meaning Israel was everywhere. You know, I was thinking about this when I was driving in my car, my truck. Excuse me. Jake is everywhere, man. Jake is everywhere, man. You know, Israelite men gonna poke their ride, man, where they at? Like fucking, what's his face? That asshole, Dr. Umar Johnson. All that bullshit talk, he be talking, black queens, stuff like, I really kind of want to issue a public, I'll debate him, and I'll make him look stupid. I will. I'm confident in my abilities. I will make him look stupid.
Umar?
Yeah. I really want to meet him in person. That's one celebrity that I want to meet in person. I want to meet that nigga. I really want to meet him, brother. I really want to have a public, and you know, we ain't into debates. But him, I want to debate him. Oh, I want to debate him.
He's been building the school for 10 years. Not even got a brick.
That's number one. That's going to come as a nigga way to school. I want to come.
Yeah.
I'll invest some money, brother, to show me to school. Oh, look, brother, it's not ready yet. I mean, but yo, you been doing this. And then your
I didn't know he was doing it at school.
Your own daughter,
That's what you've been saying.
your own daughter put you on blast.
Yeah.
You talking about black queens? You ain't respecting the black queens, right? But the thing with the snow bunnies, and he got caught talking to snow bunnies, and that was like about 3-4 years ago. Niggas caught him and put him on blast. You know, pretty much Jake. I'm gonna say about these Jakes out here, they don't take Dr. Umar. The only people that listen to Umar Johnson is black women.
Yeah.
Retarded black women. Big Shirleys. Those are the only people that listen to him. Desperate, retarded, big Shirleys. Yeah. Those are the only people that listen to him. Fat, black, retarded bitches.
Yep. Facts.
Those are the only people that listen to you, Umar Johnson. And I know you be watching us, nigga. Call me out. My page is what? GMS? Keep pushing on.
Keep pushing on, yeah.
My name is Apostle Ricard. Please, nigga, hit me up. Do a video on me. Like, come on, man. I'll answer the call. I'll get on a plane.
That works.
And I'll meet you in whatever state and we can have a public debate.
I got a quick one real quick for
Yeah,
you.
go ahead.
Jake's hypocrisy.
Yeah, man.
This is
I'm
Isaiah.
calling out, I'm publicly, Apostle Ricard, GMS, I'm publicly calling out Dr. Umar Johnson for a fucking debate.
This is Isaiah 10:6, and this is pertaining to the Israelites right here. All right, but it says, I will send him, and the him is talking about the nation of Assyria. But now you have Edomites that's getting ready to play the role of the Assyrians here in the future when this raid happens, for lack of better words. You know, but it says, I will send him, the Edomite, against the hypocritical nation. And that's talking about Jake right there. You brought Umar as an example.
Yeah.
He's an example out of many examples. Jake is complete hypocrites. You know, they don't stand on business. They'll say one thing but mean something totally opposite. You know, and even look at the world of Israel. They apply to this as well, for sure, because they're hypocrites.
They're all
You know?
hypocrites.
That's right.
Like this whole situation that's going on right now with the Carmelo Anthony
Right.
and Austin Metcalf, that's right here in Texas. It's a racial thing, but you know what? The Lord, what do the Bible say? Y'all still got those scriptures? Right? Hold those scriptures on deck, but I'm just going to make a quick point. The Lord mustereth the host of the battle. So even Austin Metcalf's father, the so-called white guy, which I think he might be Jake's, when the incident first happened, he said, look, man, please don't, the father took
Quick, too.
he took the high road.
Yeah, he did.
He did. I respect that.
Yeah,
Man.
respected that.
He took the high road. He could have fanned the flames of hatred. His son just got murdered by this nigga.
Yeah.
Right? And he's a white, so-called white man.
Yeah.
But he was like, yo, please, me and my family grieving, we're doing what we gotta do. Please. I remember when it first happened. He said, please, he said, folks, this is not a racial incident. The father of the kid, Austin Metcalf's father. He said, please don't try to turn this into a racial thing.
Yeah.
Please, just, me and my family grieving, we're gonna do what we gotta do. Just keep, he trying to keep peace.
Very mean.
But the other side, the fucking niggas, The Pookie that stabbed his son, him and his father and mother, they got that low life with a criminal record, convicted felon. They brought a spokesman.
Oh, I need to talk about
Whatever the fuck his name is. And this nigga's he's a murderer.
Yeah.
He's a baby killer. He's a baby killer. He's a woman beater. All that shit, right? So where's Dr. Umar? Yeah, no, he's a wannabe Al Sharpton.
Probably Benjamin Crump.
No, it's like a light skinned dude or something like that.
No, a dark-skinned nigga at the press conference.
Oh, the bald head nigga?
Yeah, that
nigga.
nigga.
Crump. Yeah, that's Benjamin Crump. I believe.
Whatever the
Benjamin
fuck his name is. Even the other one, he's a wannabe Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
He ain't even on Al Sharpton level. But why would the family, and then the thing is this, when you saw the press conference, the father, that nigga, I'm gonna kick that nigga right in his ass. He in the background with dreadlocks, skinny black nigga with dreadlocks, and his mother, she doing all the talking.
Yeah.
So we know what that is.
Right.
So now we understand why that nigga stabbed him in the heart like that. Because, okay, yeah. And she said, oh, he come from a two-parent home. Yeah, no, that's a single because we know who runs the house.
Yeah.
Who's the chip that's crying. Yo, for real, that shit right there, that makes you hate black people, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes you hate black. And these Edomites, these white people, man, that hatred is building in them
Oh, yeah.
towards black people.
That's what that's for.
Yeah. But meanwhile, all that shit is really a psyop.
That's all it is. Yeah.
They want to create that. But no, but the Lord is working in there. We in World War III, man.
Yep. Exactly.
But everybody worried about this stupid shit, but it's the spirit.
Yeah.
It's building those racial.
Yeah. And on top of that, my man Apostle, you see all this inflation that's happening, these mass layoffs. Bro, they say it's a high probability, bro, a recession is happening. Shit is about to get crazy. They're about to what? They're also about to garnish 15% of your paycheck if you still owe college debt. Okay? So a lot of niggas still wanted Sleepy Joe in office so they could get their loans forgiven. Now I ain't mad if you want your loans forgiven, but Jake, whose mind is set on this place, they're getting their just due, man. And they're getting their just due. Because here it is, the apostles, along with other apostles and bishops and elders, been on the highways and byways, ordained from the Most High to tell y'all what time it is, and y'all still falling for the okie doke, man. And that's good for your ass. Ain't that there's what? There should be no quote for their sins? Right.
Oh, yeah. There should be no quote. But I want y'all, before we go on,
Yeah.
you read George and James, right? I'm going to get that first Peter or something.
Oh, okay.
I must get that out.
This is 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 1. Peter, an apostle of Yahushua HaMashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
You break it down.
So bro, Jake is scattered abroad through all these places, bro.
But I want you to get, you got to get that. That's what I need you to do. That's what I need you to do. As you're reading, I need you to break down those areas where you're reading from.
So,
Okay.
yeah, while you're looking at them, if I may add, when you read that right there, those are going into all the areas that Jacob scattered at. But if you think about it, when you go into the Apostle Peter's letter, why would he just be writing those letters, that letter to scattered Jake, and the rest of the epistles are toward the actual heathen? If the Apostle Peter is writing his epistle to Jakes that are clearly scattered, and the brother just read in James, the first chapter, that those letters were to Jake that was scattered, then why wouldn't the Apostle Paul's letters be to the scattered? Why wouldn't the other Gospels be written to Jake? You know, why wouldn't the rest of the books be applying to Jake? You got all these books in the Bible that's applying to Jake, and all of a sudden it's for the heathen. You know, a few books in the New Testament, this is all toward Jake. And that's what this verse is saying right here.
And I want y'all to put the more scholars.
Okay. So with Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, and Asia, and Bithynia, it's what? It's the Asia Minor. That's where that's where Greece and Asia meets up in Europe. So that's because Jake was scattered abroad. And then also what? Modern day Turkey.
Yep.
So Jake was scattered amongst those areas.
And I was gonna say, I've actually been to Cappadocia in Turkey.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, man. It's very heavy. You can see like they lived inside the cliffs of the rocks. Literally, they have these structures built inside the rocks. But they had like drawings and colors and stuff. I should have taken pictures of it. But they had like Jake there.
Yeah.
I've been there.
So, read it again. Read it again.
This is back in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 1. Peter, an apostle
Of Yahushua HaMashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia.
Break it down.
And once again, these areas are the Asia Minor, where Asia and Greece was, man. So this is where Jake was scattered abroad. Jake and Jake can't fathom that idea because Jake is spiritually surface level a lot of times, man. Right. But when once you do, because it's a deep breakdown within the Seventh Church Israelites. And so once Jake finds out, a hue of Jake is my complexion, right? My name is Qadar. So every Israelite's not going to come looking like me. You're going to have Israelites with the hue of this brother, of this brother, of this brother, man. It's a spiritual thing. It's not a color thing, man.
Mind if I add to that real quick? Because also, when you go into that history, around that time period when the Lord sent the apostles to go to these different areas and preach in Asia Minor, Turkey, parts of Greece, parts of Rome, one thing to understand is you had majority of Jake that was actually scattered versus being in the land, which is why the Lord sent those men to preach in those areas. And I got a quick precept to back that up if I may. All right, and this is actually in Galatia, which is one of the locations that was listed right here. So when you read this right here, Paul saying this letter to the Galatians, then it's obvious that these Galatians are Israelites pertaining to 2 Peter 1. That's right. I'm sorry, that was 1 Peter 1.
Yeah, 1 Peter.
All right, but I got this real quick in Galatians chapter 1, verses 15 and 16. I'm sorry, excuse me. Galatians chapter 4, page over, excuse me. Galatians chapter 4, verse 27, I'm going to read down to verse 28. I'm sorry, verse 27. It says, but Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all right, which is going into Jerusalem being the Holy Land, right? Verse 27, this is the point to back up that. It says, for it is written, rejoice thou barren that bearest not, break forth and cry, thou that travailest not, for the desolate, which are the Israelites, have many more children than she which is abandoned. All right, so when that's going into the desolate, it's talking about these different places that Jake was scattered at. All right, I'm going to read that again. It says, for the desolate had many more children than she which had a husband. All right, and she which had a husband, that's talking about Jerusalem, mother of us all. It was mentioned in the previous verse. All right, so when you go into that, that shows that, I'd rather say, that shows you how vital the teaching of the word to these different other nations was. Because you had majority take at this time that was scattered throughout the lands amongst the heathen versus in the Holy Land at that time. And then you had 70 AD that came back the word, which more take left.
Yahushua told them about that.
That's right.
He said, you see Jerusalem, that's about Muhammad, fleeing into the mountains, right?
Yeah.
But the ones that were smart left. Yeah. A lot of Jake got out.
Now listen, they took you to the prophets.
That's right. Yeah. But the ones that stayed, they were meant to stay. That's the fraction, two-thirds black community.
That's right.
The northern kingdom, because we were already gone.
Y'all already over here.
Yeah. So that's it. So what you think these niggas over here, all these black ratchet niggas, which niggas are? Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The thing that is done is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. That's right. So Jacob, Apostle Paul, what did he say? Jake's about to get it.
Yeah, they're about to get it, and they, but hey, that's the will of the Heavenly Father as well, man. Because a lot of Jake gets caught up. We was having a beautiful conversation this morning with the Apostle and this priest right here. Jake's so caught up on that skin color, so-called skin color shit, man. For one, we don't have a color. Two, Jake is melanated, man. So you don't use the term, use it correctly, man. Color.
just think about how low of a level that is, being reduced to something that's 32 colors of a crayon box, a box of crayons. And Jake is very accepting of that. And that's where Jake keeps it at surface level. So that's why this beautiful word is going to go over Jake's head, man.
Like this nigga, Carmelo Anthony, no relation to the basketball player.
Yeah.
Right? People online say that, right? I know Carmelo Anthony, the basketball player. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I know somewhere he's sitting somewhere. I know Carmelo Anthony was nasty.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Carmelo Anthony was
Yeah.
nice.
Hey, he a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Just to have his name.
That nigga Carmelo Anthony, the ball player.
Hey, why you gotta have
bad?
Yeah.
And here it is.
He was up there with Jordan and all them good guys.
Hey.
Now, he was. I remember when he was playing.
And he ate. And there should be no quote for his sins as well. You know, he knows who he is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He knows he's in this room.
Oh, yeah, you know. But I'm just somebody. I'm talking about that nigga.
Oh, yeah. Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer. That nigga was bad.
One of the greatest ever.
Yeah. I told you. He's up in there with Jordan and so on and so forth. LeBron and Carmelo Anthony. His name was all over the place. He was playing.
Well, rookie of the year. Because he literally just got.
That boy was bad. That boy was bad, man.
He's getting inducted this year.
Oh,
Yeah, in the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
yeah, right. So, hey, Carmelo, you watching? We know that nigga been on
Hey, I do got a quick one, really quick, because you used the example of 70 AD back then. Those that could listen to Yahweh Shai were taken in that. Yahweh Shai said that you're going to add to the hills to fall into in that day. You know, when those women were weeping, and he said, weep for yourself. And that still takes place as getting ready to come. And I got a quick precept in Revelation. This is Revelation chapter 6, verse 15 and 16. And it says, and the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, including Jake, you know, and every free man hid himself in the dens, in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, call on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and the wrath of the Lamb. You know, so the reason why I brought that point out is because Yahweh Shai back then quoted that. That's scripture that you just quoted pretty much. You know, but that applies even to the very end. You know, so niggas like Lil Carmelo and family, all right, just niggas in general, they're going to be crying out in that day. That's why the scriptures say, then shall be keeping in national teeth. You know?
Yo, even my man, this demon, he's a demon. But I still got, even though that's all right, Charleston White. He talk shit about us. It like, Jesus the demon.
You're a Fort Worth nigga.
Yeah, I live in Fort Worth. I live around niggas. That lives nice. I live by the stockyards. I live in the cowboy town. I'm a cowboy. But anyways, even but you know, he's a demon. Like, there's a small part of me that kind of pray for that nigga. Like, maybe one day this nigga might wake up and come to the children. I like that nigga. I mean, he's a demon. But I kind of like him because every time some situations come up, he's always kind of on the right side of the fence.
Yeah.
He's kind of like us. That's why I know that nigga be watching us, man. He's a straight shooter, but I know that nigga be watching us. But he's proud and I ain't gonna spend the Israelite nigga because I fuck with them. I know that nigga Charles why he fuck with us.
With a good eye.
But he just don't want to admit it. Yeah. He just don't want to admit it. He's like, man, fuck that. Fuck you niggas. He be cursing out Jay.
He hate niggas.
He hates niggas.
Yeah, he do.
He hated everybody. He started naming that one interview. He started naming all the executives. Yeah, he said, bitch, niggas, bitch. I don't care.
He hated everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
But he said, that fucking boy, he said, man, there's no fucking niggas. Y'all talking about this nigga. He stabbed that boy in the heart. That's some bullshit. He wasn't supposed to have no knife. No way. He said, y'all niggas keep on. They don't hang that boy. That nigga, Carmelo Anthony, let him get acquitted of that shit. Esau gonna get him. They already getting that, but they said they put a mansion. They raised a nigga girl, fuck that, self-defense. So basically, that's what we have in society, where black people can just do whatever the fuck they want to do. And that's it, leave them alone, let them go. Because I'm black. I'm black, y'all.
They can wear shirts that say I'm black. But other Edomite wear shirts that say I'm white. They gonna be the main ones raising hell about it.
But you know what? Wait, man. I hate to say it. I kind of sympathize with Utah. You want to know why? When a black person killing black people every day, where's Black Lives Matter?
Don't say nothing.
Okay, look, that was out here in Dallas, Texas, right? That rapper nigga that shot at the car wash with his little daughter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fort Worth.
That was in Fort Worth.
Yeah.
So Fort Worth was up the chain too.
Oh yeah.
Certain parts.
Oh yeah. Fort Worth and became the murder capital for a few
Yeah,
years.
motherfucking. I live in Fort Worth, but I live in the downtown area.
Oh yeah, you live in the.
You married.
Yeah, well, that is okay, but even where I live, too many niggas are.
Streets down here.
A couple of streets down there, you might get my woman to saying that. But you know what, the apartment, I don't know, I'm having to move. I'm seeing too many niggas moving there.
They just like parasites.
They're like parasites.
Just start showing up everywhere. Trying to get away from it.
So when the shit started, I started hearing gunshots, I have to move.
It's getting together out there.
Because other than that, man, I'm not gonna sit there, man. I'm not gonna be no
Young
victim.
cat had a gun.
I'm a warrior, man. Like, so I pop back. But I'll take it to another level, man. Just leave me alone, man. I want black people to leave me alone. Like I told you last night. Right? I'm a northern kid. I'm a Rubenite. Growing up, niggas never accepted me. Right? You know, I told you. When I was growing up, man, you know, look, you brothers are understanding what I'm saying. Black people never accepted me. Like my mother is so-called part black. But my mother's native, my father's native. I'm an Indian. Right? My hair, my features, how I look. Black people made it when I was growing up, they made it their business to tell me I wasn't one of them. They made it their business. Oh, you ain't black. You ain't black. You look weird. You right? But now all of a sudden, nigga, you ashamed to be a black. Oh, no, I'm not black. My skin is black. And I'm an Israelite. That's number one. We're Israelites. You understand? I'm an Israelite from Trevor Rubin. Black is the fucking color of my hand. You got two girls right now. My skin look like this fucking. Hold on, brother.
I do that a lot, man. Like a little lighter, light skin.
Is your skin the same color as his hat?
Hell no.
Hold your hand out, brother. Is your skin color the same color as his fucking hat?
It's cold. No,
Is your skin color the same color as this motherfucking hat?
No.
So how you black? How you black? You an Israelite. But I show you that. That's Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So this whole situation, like this dude stabbed that boy in the heart, and these niggas have perceived that that's okay. That's where what scripture I'm thinking about? Right there, man. The Lord will come down on these niggas, man. Oh, one of my favorites, 2nd Ezra 8:50.
I'll get that.
Yeah. The Lord about to come down on Jack, man. Because look, remember the Bible says Esau's the whooping stick of the Lord. He's the minister of evil. So he's already coming down on the northern kingdom. Nero Caesar. That motherfucker's on a mission.
He ain't slowing down either.
He ain't slowing down. He's gonna pick up.
Hey, I had my mayor apostle. I had a Venezuelan that worked in my job. He could hardly do any English. Once Trump got in office, like 2 weeks later, he was gone. He was out of there.
They got him.
Got him.
They're not playing.
But they're going after them Venezuelans. Like they targeted them in particular. They said, you know, man, leave the Mexicans alone for a minute. Boy.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter times shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Go, man.
hey, these people with their noses up in the air, hey, your just due is coming around the corner, man. Okay, whether it be those big ass college loans you took out, because what it was that little you got all these little articles that was talking about how and they were actually talking about a lot of young men, but this particular article was talking about the so-called young black man, young Jake, who don't attend school, and they were trying to shit on Jake to make him feel bad. What? Because Jake didn't want that. Because Jake didn't want that, so we the bad guys now.
Well, no, the women, all these black women and Hispanic women and some of these stupid white women too. Women.
Yeah. They own the women own 66% of the college debt.
Brother, you know how many chicks I dated? I done popped all kind of women. I've been with a lot of women in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Younger chicks, older chicks. You know how many women I dealt with over the past 30 years?
Yeah.
30 years, like Pachanga said in Carlitos way. 30 years. In the past 30 years, I done got so much pudding. I done dated all kind of different chicks. I've dated black chicks. I dated, well, mostly, like black women. I mess with black women here and there. Nowadays, I don't, you know. But I mean, years ago, I used to mess with a couple of Eves here and there. Hispanic chicks, most of my life I dated Hispanic women. Native American women, white women, right? And I dated chicks, they were all had debt. You been she gonna mail money from college or from certain classes they took or women. Because women believe in this society, but it's a trap. But then they owe all kind of fucking debt. And real talk, I ain't even gonna just put that on the black woman. All these women.
All these women, because that's what that article was going into, because they said it was a decline in young men. And you gotta really put this in perspective. Y'all sitting there shitting on men because some of them wanted to go to trade school.
Yeah.
Who else gonna pour this concrete? Who else gonna hang that big ass poster of Wingstop? The men are, because they went to trade school for it, man.
Right. Because I saw something last night actually. That's a spirit. They're saying that the replacement rate needed for plumbers, electricians, it's not hitting like it's supposed to, because you got a lot of people retiring from these professions.
Dudes get old.
Yeah, like 85,000, 90,000 people retire from these particular professions a year, and not many young men are going into these fields, so it's needed.
Brother, look, I've done almost every job there is to fucking do. I worked in the carpentry field for many years. No, I didn't. Look, I'm gonna be honest. Even to this day, I still don't consider myself a carpenter. I was like an apprentice. I'm a skilled laborer, but I got skills. I know how to do shit.
You know how to do a lot of
but I
stuff.
still, even today, I can be honest, I won't consider myself a fucking straight up carpenter. I'm what you consider an apprentice. I worked alongside a straight up, but I worked alongside a master carpenter for years. Apostle Kabar, Apostle Rama, they're carpenters. I worked alongside it, like we worked, me, Apostle Kabar, Apostle Rama, we actually worked together on jobs. We had jobs together, and also I worked with other carpenters. This Gadak brother back east, man, I worked on it for 5 years. I worked on a job in Greenwich, Connecticut. That's a millionaire area. Multi-million-dollar homes. Rough framing from the ground up. So I know my shit. So I am somewhat of a carpenter. I've done plumbing. I work with plumbers. I laid pipe, connected pipe. I know how to do a little plumbing. The only thing I don't fuck with is electrical. I was talking to your brother the other day.
You don't want to mess it up.
Electrical, but I mean, I have an idea. I work with electricians. Because when you want a big job, you got plumbers, you got carpenters, you want a site. You know what I'm talking about, bro. Right? You want a site, you there, there's plumbers, there's carpenters, there's electricians.
Yeah, you got the GC, the general contractor,
Yeah.
superintendents, and so forth.
Electrical shit, that's like something I don't fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck. I'm scared of electrical shit.
Yeah.
Nah, you're over here. Women, I fuck with carpentry, electrical,
Roofing.
I leave that to you. You know what I'm saying? But that's the whole point. You know what I mean? When you know shit, you know shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all thing. You got to know your spot in this world, man.
Yeah.
But people in this world, they don't know their spot, man. They don't know their spot.
Yeah, they don't know their lane.
They don't know their lane. And it's just the thing of like no accountability. You got to take accountability, man. Even us.
Yep.
Hey man, that's like brothers, you know, we all brothers here. Brothers there's gonna be times where brothers gonna get in shit, we might argue. Whatever, man, Jake, the 12 disciples argue. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, hey man, sometimes they be like, you know what, brother, yeah man, I be tripping sometimes. Man, I sip a little bit too much young. Hey brother, sloppy, man. I'm sorry, man. Sometimes you gotta be able to do that. You know what I mean? Brothers gonna get into it, it's gonna happen. Right? But people in this world, especially women don't want to take no accountability. That's why they got all this debt. And like I said, I'm never gonna put that on the black women. Because the stupid white women, the stupid Hispanic women come over here. I dated chicks, debt. They get letters from the collection companies. You know, if you do not pay, we will take legal action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're stupid.
Yep. I got one for
Come
you.
on, man.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 7. An eloquent man is known far and near, but a man of understanding knoweth when he slippeth. And that's a man what? Knowing his lane. In a righteous area of life, man. Because you know, a lot of people think this is the end all be all, man.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody is so consumed with this place and so invested in this place, man. But the Lord is showing you different, man. The Lord is showing you this place is on this last fucking pinky toe, man. It's practically already over, man. We're just ready for the credits, man.
Dude,
Ecclesiasticus chapter 21, verse 7.
bro, if this is the real talk, y'all see this big Shirley walking around, you got 500-pound women walking, this is the kingdom of heaven. Come on. This is the kingdom of heaven. The heirs, fucked up, homeless, this is the end all be all, this is it. I'll go back home and blow my fucking brains out right now if that's the case.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I got it.
I got one too. Yeah.
Death can't be that bad.
We in the new covenant.
Oh yeah, by the way, just so you don't forget.
That's what 50 Cent said. He said, death must be easy because life is hard.
Yeah.
Who said that?
50 Cent.
50 Cent?
Oh, okay.
Definitely. I like that.
Okay, this in NLT, Hebrew chapter 12, verse 25. Be careful that you do not refuse to listen to the one who is speaking. For the people of the Israel did not escape when they refused to listen to Moses. Yeah, and that's how it was back in that time, you know. They didn't even listen to Moses. When Moses came to the children of Israel telling them, you know, hearken to, you know, what the Most High said do. But they didn't even, you know, listen, you know. They didn't take heed. The earthly messenger will certainly not escape if we reject the one who speaks to us from heaven. And you know, like I say, if they don't hearken to Yahweh Shemi Shai, these niggas gonna get killed, man.
Yeah.
And it's their time, man.
Yep. And you brought up the example of Moses and those that didn't follow him, right? Well, you had leaders that didn't follow after Moses. And what happened? A new thing took place where the earth opened up and swallowed all their asses up, man. You know what comes to mind too? Yahweh Shai said, when the blind lead the blind, they all shall fall into a ditch.
Yeah.
What the Lord did in the days of Moses, opening up the earth, man. So how much more when it comes to these niggas here in this time? That was a new thing back then. And the scriptures say to show new works, new wonders. The Lord get ready to do a lot of new shit to these niggas.
That's right. This is scripture on that?
Oh yeah, finish.
Okay, this is Micah chapter 2. This is Micah, right? This is Micah chapter 2, verse 10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. So it's already being known and forementioned, man, that this is not your rest. This is not our rest. I don't give a shit how invested you are, man. That's why I just so much easier to detach from this place and not be so invested. All you're gonna do is break your own heart when you've already been forewarned. Like, bro, this ain't gonna be here forever, bro. We ain't gonna be on the bottom forever. And that's a terrible mindset. Because Jake, bro, even this so-called luxurious lifestyle Jake lives, bro, bro, that's trash compared to what the Lord has prepared, bro, for his elect, for the nation of Yasharala.
Standing on this concrete right now, this shit fuck your back up. That's why now I got back problems, man. You know, like, we're supposed to be walking on earth.
Yeah. Right.
You know, Esau's the devil. And then the air out here is all nasty.
Yeah, it stinks.
Homeless people, overweight, morbid, all kind of homeless people, everything is just fucked up.
He's fucked up.
You get with a woman, okay, if you happen to meet her halfway, no, not halfway, quarter of a decent woman, she got all kind of issues and trauma and drama and toxicity. So like even if you so-called meet a woman, you get into a relationship with a woman, and then when you call us, brother, we're normal. We got our issues too. Of course, man, we got demons fucking with us. That's right. No, see, but that's the thing. We take accountability.
Right.
According to the scriptures, and we know the scriptures, man. You understand what I'm saying? We dealing with the King Mashai. We dealing with the book. That's right. Okay, we're dealing with the book, man.
We chose life.
We chose life.
Right.
So yeah, we in these fucked up bodies, and we try our best, and we pray. Like I always tell you, brothers, like I always tell you, right? Prayer, right? What do I always say?
Keep your medicine strong.
Yeah, I know that, right? That's good. Keep your medicine strong. Pray, brothers. That's all the power you got. But prayer and the scriptures go together. You understand? Right. Prayer and what did the Bible say? Pray without ceasing. So you brothers, man, I want y'all to remember this. Before you leave the house, pray. For real, bro. You see maniacs out here, these demons, pray. When you wake up in the morning, as soon as you open your fucking eyes, the first thing y'all should be saying, why should y'all shop for? Why did I wake up and see another day? We in hell, but we in the truth. So we in life, like you said, like we chose life. Why? How did we choose life?
I turn it to Yahweh Shai. Praying, studying these scriptures, but first the name Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai? That's the first step to choosing life. Calling on those names. That's how that's what's going to save you from death. If I may, Apostle, when you read it in somebody get Psalms 23 real quick, what King David said, for though I walk through the valley, that's really the point. I can quote it. It don't
Is
matter.
that Psalms
119:9?
Is that Psalms 123?
That's Psalms 23.
Psalms 23:4. Yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
So you have death surrounding you on all sides, and the common person, the common Israelite is choosing death. You know? But King David said what? Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which is this place right now, America. All right, right now, this is the valley of the shadow of death. So when you look around, you see morbidly obese people like the apostle was saying, drunk out of his gates, people in a fucked up state. You know, so you got death on all sides, man. So for a spiritual man, we gotta choose life, man. That's right. Because death is everywhere. That's right. You know, and if you ain't spirit, if your eye ain't single, if you ain't locked in, it could be easy to choose death when you're living here, which is why the names are so important, which was mentioned earlier. You gotta have those names in order to choose life. You gotta know those names. Because this is the valley of the shadow of death. Yeah. Meaning that death is everywhere. Yeah. So the names need to be called on. They need to be recited. Prayer needs to be recited. Choose life. Because death is all over the place.
Anyone know something to the brother? I'm still right there, man. I'm going to speak. I'm not saying this, telling brothers who are speaking. whatever, man. The Lord been showing me today, like last night, I got into it with my woman. Or the woman out shit. I don't have a woman. Like Apostle Gabar said, we ain't got no woman. The woman I was dealing with. But this morning I was driving around like my school shot over there. And I pay attention to shit, bro. 444 came up in front of me over this morning. So I was like, whoa. I think the Lord is like impressing on me somehow. You know what I mean, bro? Like a car got in front of me. And I looked at the license plate. It was 444. Oh, and then I went up the road and another car got in there. 444. You can't make that up.
You can't make that up.
You can't make that up.
Yeah, everything's spiritual.
I always pay attention to that. I like, that's just a coincidence. 4-4. Then I go up the road, another car got in front of me, 4-4. So I'm like, whoa, everything is spiritual, man. Everything is spiritual. Excuse me, like the brother said, you deal with these women. Remember that movie that came out many years ago in the 90s, Sleeping with the Enemy? These women are enemies, bro. I mean, you got a woman, you deal with her, you love her. If she's cool with you, you be cool with her.
That's right.
But then again, the Bible also says this: if thy right eye offend you, pluck it out. So, if you're dealing with a woman and she's just got a certain type of demons and spirits on her, that you got to roll, man. You got to roll. And I'm not advocating for you brothers to go. You brothers got women. I don't know if you brothers got women or. I'm not advocating because I'm good. Like, no, man, stay with your woman. You got a decent woman, stay with her.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what I'm talking about. Y'all good?
I got a quick one for you, real quick, Apostle. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 44. Because as we're here, we have lives that we live. We got jobs that we work. Certain brothers have women. But it's going to come to a point where, as the apostle's saying, you might have to make that separation if it comes down to it. And this verse validates it. So this is in the Bible what he's talking about. 2nd Ezra 16 and 44. They that marry, as they that shall get no children, and they that marry not as the widowers. So that's pretty much saying, look, if you got a wife.
A Roman centurion.
Yeah,
Jake,
yeah,
but,
that's the spirit. I peeped that.
But Jake wasn't in the Roman army, right?
Right, hey, solid point. Exactly. Riding on his horse.
Yeah. Jake wasn't in. No, back then it was it had to all be Edomite.
Right. Exactly.
That's a straight up Jake,
That's
Roman
it.
centurion.
Yeah.
Right? That could be Cornelius.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's too dark. Yeah, it's too dark. But but that's pretty much the point. Just wanted to back and bring out a precept to validate that point that you brought out. Because, I'll read it again.
I want to hear it again.
God, this is back in 2nd Ezra, chapter 16. I'm going to start at verse 43 and read to verse 44 then. It says, he that soweth as if he should not reap. All right, and sowing, that's sowing seed, but also, too, what does a man do with his woman? You sow the seed. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you might be in a position where you might not be able to reap, meaning enjoy your children. Yeah. But it says, he that soweth as if he should not reap. So also he that planted the vineyard as he shall not gather the grapes. They that marry as they that shall get no children. And they that marry not as the widowers. So just going back into that point, brothers might have relationships and such, but if your woman's being a demon and such, and you got to separate, you got to focus on the Lord. In certain times, man, if your woman being a demon, how can you focus on the Lord when your woman's being a demon? So even though the scriptures talks about how the Lord don't like divorce, we live in different times right now too, man. And that could be detrimental to your salvation if you got a woman that's constantly in your ear, fucking you walk up in the truth. Because that can happen. We've seen guys fall out because of that. So this scripture's saying, look, you might have a wife, but it's going to come to the point where you're going to have to be like you don't have a wife sometimes. And if it takes you having to cut that out, like plucking your eye out, as the scripture was quoted, you got to do what you got to do.
Now, plucking your eye out can be painful. You pluck that shit gonna hurt.
Solid point.
If you went and cut your motherfucking eye out, it's gonna be painful. That's gonna be some hurtful shit. So, a woman, when you get used to dealing with a woman, bro, especially if y'all living together, you used to a certain routine. You used to being around the bitch. You just used to life with her.
Right.
But then all of a sudden, y'all just going, you ain't together no more. Of course, you're gonna miss her. You're gonna go through it. I know, I've been there many a time. You in the bed by yourself, you thinking about her, and you thinking about her, some other nigga, but she gonna get with another dude. She gonna get with another dude. You think about another dude popping up, like, you know, but eventually you get over it. And you move on, and then eventually you meet another woman.
It does hurt.
It hurt. Brother, I know, I can tell you, brother, man, come on, I'm here. I'm telling y'all cats. I'm motherfucking 52 years old, bro. I've been around. I'm telling y'all, I've been through this cycle. In the truth. But you know what? Certain women, you brother, oh, shit fall hurt. But then eventually, you know, that shit hurt like a motherfucker. But then you get over it. And on one day, oh shit, boom. The Lord always throw you a little biscuit. But I done been with all kind of women, man. I done been with all kind of women. I ain't had so much pussy. I done had enough pussy to last me 2 lifetimes. And that's not counting prostitutes. You know, I'm gonna say it openly. Like Apostle Paul said, there's nothing wrong with that.
Samson did it, man. You know.
Okay, Judah.
Yup.
Other men of the Lord. There's nothing wrong. Harlot's been around.
Hosea had to marry her.
And real talk, you want to know what? Hosea? Harlots are cool. I love strippers. Yeah, I said it.
Rahab was a harlot.
Yes, she was.
I love strippers. I love strippers, man. Them stripper bitches, real talk.
That's right.
Yeah, and a lot of those bitches are gonna make it before these so-called, I ain't no hoe. I ain't no hoe.
Wasn't they trying to blame, I think Hebrew, was it Gorilla Hebrew? He was trying to blame the apostles, and what that saying? That,
Yeah, it was.
That was
Tonight is the Sabbath, right?
Tonight is.
If it wasn't the Sabbath, I'll be up in there tonight. But maybe tomorrow night.
I had a precept real quick. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 12. It says, all things are lawful unto me, but all things are not expedient. Because as the apostles going into, there's nothing wrong with you having a woman. But also, you do got to understand that sometimes having a woman for you in that instant might not be expedient, which means convenient for you. It might frustrate your growth in serving Yahweh Shah. Because we're here to serve the Lord. You know, we're not here to serve our women. The Lord's going to give us those things in the kingdom of heaven. They did not say, seek ye the kingdom first and all these things should be added. So when you forsake your woman, the Lord will hook you up. He will give you 1 trillion virgins.
Matthew 19.
Yep, Matthew 19. That's what Yahweh told Peter. Right? He will give you 1 trillion virgins, man. Right now, like the apostle said, the woman you have, man, if she's not a virgin, she's not really a woman anyway.
Yeah.
And even if she is a virgin, she's fucked up in the head.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
She's through in the head. You know?
She's still unpure in other ways. That's right.
And
Exactly.
I'm not advocating for brothers to go home and bring
Right.
up children.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, please, Baba Kushab.
You know, it's like, you know, if things don't go well, and the Lord may not see them fit to be amongst GMS anymore. Oh yeah, you know, apostle and them. So that's why the apostle is saying that, man. Because Jake will do that. They won't take accountability, man. We're here to take accountability, man. Be responsible.
Okay, you brothers in the camp here, and you brothers on the comment board, Baba Kushab, understand me. I'm not advocating for you to go home. Fuck you. Like
Jake will do that.
Yeah. Well, explain.
Jake will do that shit. The younger brother will hear that and be like, man, just what you said, fuck you. Listen to the brothers and everything, you know, well, hey.
The apostle said,
Right, exactly.
Apostle McCall said,
Jake will do
did I
that.
say that?
No.
Nope.
Did I tell brothers to go home and break up with your woman?
Nope.
Because me and my woman got into it. I'm like, no, man, no, but I'm just giving reality. I don't care. Like, bro, me and my woman got into some shit last night. Bro, I already got some other shit lined up.
You a man, you can do that.
Yeah. I already got some other shit lined up.
And they all demons too. Every last one of them. So if you get rid of one, you're gonna get another one, she's gonna be a
Yeah,
demon.
Apostle Tahar said, man,
all
the Apostle
demons.
Tahar said this many years ago back when we was in Harlem speaking. Because we was on 34th, we was getting a fight. That's back in the wild old days. The wild East Coast days. We used to beat people's ass. We used to fuck them, getting the balls out again. So we have to pay.
We're around the same age.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
come, brother. Yeah,
I'm
you know.
56, so
Okay, yeah, I'm 52.
I didn't seen it all.
Yeah, man, yeah, you know, so you know the old days. Yeah, but anyways, so we sometimes we used to have to move around. We used to have to move around and shit, right? But anyway, Apostle Tahar had said that many years ago. He said, listen, man, you get a woman, with a woman, you deal right. If you got a woman, you take care of it. I learned that from Apostle Tahar. Like if you're dealing with a woman, look, man, men, and another thing he said, men love harder than women, right? And that's the fucking truth of the kill. Nobody's saying. You understand what I'm saying?
I was watching YouTube. Yeah, I saw your move. So what you said, but he walked off and nodded his head, what you just said.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But I was peeping.
I'm standing there like I'm a warrior.
I saw you pivot. I saw you switch, you know.
Right.
You got to. You got to, man.
I don't trust Jake. I don't trust Jake. You niggas like he's homeless.
Rightfully so.
What?
With the Kung Lao. That's right.
That's Taekwondo.
I'm not like
Taekwondo. That's the position. Yep. That's the position to be in if somebody's right there. I saw you pivot right there. Yep.
It's the strong leg.
Yeah,
the strong leg.
right.
I ain't gonna look. I mean, you know, I look like I'm losing my balance, but I'm really.
No, that's a lot. That's how you keep your balance. That's how you do it. That's what I learned in Taekwondo.
Sweet chin music.
Yeah. Apostle Tahar trained me well, bro.
No doubt.
Apostle Tahar trained me well. You've been to the Ponderosa, man.
Nah, I've never been.
You didn't come to the
They was sick.
that's
They was sick the weekend we went.
Yeah,
Everybody
we
was
came.
sick. Yeah, they
You've
was all
been to the
sick.
They were
You
sick.
know, Brother Con, you've been up top.
Yeah, I've been up top. Not 4 times, but when I went up there, the elders, the apostles were ill.
You never came to the Ponderosa? Yeah, man.
That brother's first time was my first time when I went.
No, man, you came up years ago.
Nah, I just been around for a long time, but I didn't go up.
Yeah, man. The Ponderosa, that's Apostle Tahar's spot. I could have sworn you did, you know what I mean? Damn, I could have sworn you been to the
Nah,
Ponderosa.
the other elders, they.
Okay, damn. I know that.
Yeah,
I could have sworn you've been there.
Yeah.
Damn. But anyways, man, Apostle Tahar said, look, man, you don't be messed up over no goddamn woman, man. I didn't have women. Look, I broke up with women. I've had women break up with me. I've been heartbroken. Right? But he said, look, man, like he just said it in general. Look, man, if goddamn woman don't want to be with you, fuck her, man. Right. Go get you another woman.
This brother had a great precept too.
Come on, young blood.
Right, this is Ecclesiastes 25 and 26. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh and give her a bill of divorce and let her go. Like the apostle's going in on it. All right, he's not saying just go home and cut your woman off. I don't want to be with you no more. But like the elder is saying, Jake doesn't want to be accountable. Right. So you go home with your woman, she on her phone all day, or even so, like you can have multiple women, so I can have me a little boyfriend, some bullshit like that. Jake is simple. Cut that bitch off, let her go, and go get you another woman.
Right. Or if the fact you have another woman, don't be promoting it to your woman, of course. But if she finds out, you know what I'm saying, and then she turns into a demon, then you gotta do what you gotta do.
And you might not want to get another one. You might just want to stick and
You
move.
might just want to be like exactly
Stick
like
and
the
move.
Apostle Paul said.
Stick and move. That's what. At my age,
Yeah.
if I live I'm sticking and moving. I ain't
Don't turn your back,
sticking and moving.
Hey, or you might even be in a decent situation. You have a somewhat solid woman, and you start,
Stick and move.
you step out, she finds out, it brings some hell into your household and shit like that. And but ultimately you might come to find out like, hey, maybe it's not for me. It's time to have multiple women. That's what brothers got to consider as well too, man. Not everybody's lot to have multiple wives on this side.
Certain brothers ain't allowed to have a woman at all.
That too.
Yeah.
Can I say this? Can I say this? Certain brothers don't need a woman.
That's right.
Certain, I'm just gonna say, some of you jakes out there, I don't know, man. A woman will destroy you. Maybe certain jakes are meant to be used to Yahweh Shaka.
Absolutely.
Some of you dudes, y'all get a woman, you have a brother that be in the truth, he'll be on point, then he meet a woman, and all of a sudden, oh, the shit go off the rails.
It's happening. Brothers have seen this shit. This experience, brothers, are talking from, man. Jake ain't just talking out of their ass, bro. You know, we got the scriptures, and on top of that, we also have the experience where we can go into these scriptures and go into it the way that we do because of the experience, brothers have.
You gotta damn near threaten a brother or counsel a brother. Look, bro, it's either Yahweh Shah or your old lady because it's gotten to that point. So that's why the apostle brought that out. It's gotten to that point, bro. Why should I have to suspend you or kick you out because you can't rule what you got going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that don't mean to be aligned in your house either, bro.
Yeah.
You know, communicate with your old lady. She ain't on your program. Move along.
Yeah.
Move along, bro.
A parting of the ways.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, okay, well, let's go. Hey, baby, you know what? If like, we get to a point where you ain't sleeping well and you're feeling sickly, and you get to a point where it's affecting your behavior, especially amongst the brotherhood, I know, but I'm speaking from experience. It's actually affecting your behavior when you get to a point where you start snapping on brothers and wilding out like, nah, it's not the road.
Yeah, it's not the road.
Yeah, man.
I got a precept. Sirach 19:2. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent. You know, just laying back on the point. That's exactly what you said, Apostle. Wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away. You see, those two things are those are huge stumbling blocks for the man here in America, Babylon the Great, and always have been in any society, any empire that reigns. You know, but like it says, wine and women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth to harlots will become impudent, because you could become a sex addict too.
And that's it. That's
You know,
it right there.
so it's you got to be able to, like, in the truth, the Lord is what Proverbs 11:1. A false balance is an abomination unto the Lord, but a just weight is delight. You got to be able to find a balance in your routine, man. Develop a regimen.
Somebody give me that scripture, please. When the Apostle Paul said, mortify therefore your members upon the earth. I actually want to read that.
And if I may say this, this is perfect examples in the scripture. You got what? Adam, which was Yahweh Shah. Solomon, which was Yahweh Shah. King David. Samson. All what? You know, fell, you know, to the woman. So you got these examples, bro. You can't say I didn't know, man.
These are great men.
Yeah, these are great men, bro. And on top of that, you had that, bro. That should be no cloak for your sins, bro. So that comes along with adultery and how you deal with your women. We have the context and what we need to do as men when dealing with women. There's no excuse.
And if you have a woman, don't be telling her about the truth all. Don't be promoting the truth to her all like that, man. And the scriptures say, keep the doors of thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. You know, so you don't got to tell her every damn thing.
That's right.
Now, she might see a few little things in your lifestyle, but you don't got to just teach a woman about the truth all like that, man.
Once again, Apostle Tahar, 30 years ago, pulled me to the side and told me that. This was back when we was in One West.
Yeah.
Okay. When I was still young. I was like maybe 20 or 21. Still a young kid. I might have been 20 years old. And back then, see, in One West, brothers, that was the narrative. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, came in the truth. This was back in the original One West school when I was there. I'm an Israelite, we Israelites. Yo, so if you met a woman, you had to that was the narrative back then, I'm being honest. You had to convert her to be an Israelite woman. If you were in the truth, she had to be in the truth.
Crazy.
And that's what caused a lot of chaos. Back then. I lived it. That's my life. I lived it. Okay, me and Apostle, we lived it. We thought that we had to convert women into being Israelite women. Any woman we got with, look, bitch. Right? And then you know what? Back then, that was a different time. They would so-called go with it, but they still wasn't right. You give them Hebrew names. Hey, bro, we give it to you, man, bro. I'm telling you the truth. I lived it. This is my life. Look, your name is Tahara. Your name is Rabbi. You have Hebrew names. And you know, women, and I always say this, if you piping the chick down, she happy, she gonna go along with it. If you a biker, right, if you in the Hells Angels, the woman gonna be, the woman,
Female version, yeah.
yeah, she gonna go with whatever the man she's into. If you a Muslim, then she gonna kufi, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like whatever you would, like if you a suit and tie, preppy,
Kevin Gates, yeah.
whatever.
Just an example. I just
Yeah, Kevin Gates, Kevin Samuels type nigga. Those the women that don't get with him and those type of women, corporate preppy women. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you're a Grammy, Pookie, and Ray Ray,
Right.
then Keisha and Big Shirley gonna fuck like
That's right.
whatever type of man, women. So these women are something else, bro. Like they work like they're followers, but they want to be rulers, but they're really not. You know they're not.
Great.
You understand? Whatever type of dude that you
That
with,
vibration is going in.
the vibration of cool.
Man.
That's right. Whatever type of man you are, that's the type of women you're gonna
Attract. Yeah.
attract.
That's right. You brought it.
Right? Or even if she's not that, she gonna get with you. She gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like if you was in the Hells Angels,
Yeah.
what type of chick's gonna attract to you?
Yeah, biker chicks. Yeah, biker, yeah.
Wildflower bite, right? But you understand what I'm saying? That's spiritual, bro.
Yeah, it's spiritual.
You had something
Read
there?
that Colossians, please.
Read it.
This is Colossians chapter 3, verse 5. Mortify therefore your members which are upon the earth.
So I'm just backing you up, brother, with that scripture. I'm backing you up. Sex, that sex addict demon.
Man.
I mean, we all love sex. We all want some pussy, but this world is an over-sexualized world.
Right, right.
Porno, I mean, we all watch porno, but like this world, like you see the women like, yo, sometimes when you don't need a pussy.
Yeah, it's too much.
I mean, you want it, but then in the kingdom, you're going to get it right. And you got to be careful.
Right.
You got to be careful out here, man. Because in Houston, well, here in Dallas,
I was just about to
say it.
Yeah, the HIV rate is at an all-time high right now. Chlamydia, syphilis, STDs in general, but that HIV, which is a killer, down there in the South in Houston and here in Dallas, at an all-time high, man.
What's the stats in Dallas?
I don't know the exact numbers, but it's not
Somebody
too
look
far
it up.
behind.
Somebody look it up.
I remember that was high some years ago.
Wow.
It's been like going up and down.
Yeah, I remember 2011 it was real high.
Yeah. Well, 2011, I remember in 2007. So
That's
they've
why I
had
told
the years.
brothers. That's why I told brothers, man. I said, yo, if you got a woman, and I'ma still, even though me and my woman are beefing, I don't care. I'ma still give the right message.
Right.
Bring
You
it out.
brothers, man, if y'all got women, like, you know, if your woman is cool, then just be cool.
Right.
Try to work it out. Don't go out here in the dating field, man.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Yeah, he's dating Phil.
I
Y'all
got
hear
the,
me, man?
Hell.
I got the stats for Dallas.
Come on,
So
bro.
this is back in 2022. It says HIV infections in 2022 resulting in a rate of 41.4% per 100,000 people.
Shema. Now you break that down, brother. I don't know.
That's a lot of fucking. It says 41.4 per 100,000 people. So this rate is higher than the state average of 17.1. So that's pretty high.
And he has 2025 pulled up
Oh,
right
he
here.
has? Oh, he-
He has
oh,
the recent one.
All right, so as far as Dallas, 817 cases per 100,000 people. Dallas has reported 1,128 HIV cases, 29,697 chlamydia cases, 13,600 gonorrhea cases.
Just so far this year.
March 27, 2005.
It's the beginning of the year. It's the first quarter of the year.
And like I said, listen, this is about maybe 30 years ago. I got burnt before, but this is 30 years ago.
Yeah.
About 30 years ago, I fucked somebody, a black bitch, and I knew she burnt me. I know what that shit feels like. I know what that shit feels like. But the Lord was with me. I was all right after that. I took, and the Lord, brother, but at that time, no, I went to the clinic and they hooked me up, and that shit, like a week, passed. And that shit scared the shit out of me from that point. I was like, these black ones are nasty.
They're nasty. They're nasty. You got a little more on that?
Yeah. San Antonio has been ranked number 22. Killeen has been ranked 32. Fort Worth is ranked 38. Amarillo is ranked 47. Dallas is 61. Austin is 62. Houston is 64.
This is cities in Texas or cities in the U.S.?
This is out of the top 100, but Dallas is each one of these numbers.
Damn, and it's a Austin.
It's 62.
Yeah, we're closing up here in a second.
El Paso is 69. So we make the top 70 at the end of the day.
That's a nice, bro.
That's-
Dallas, yeah, well, Dallas is one of those cities.
Wow, we in the top 70.
Yeah.
Texas,
I think Killeen is around.
So it's about an hour and a half away.
Killeen
It's
is
an hour and a
bad
half
because that's
away.
military base. That's
Yeah.
Fort Hood and all that.
Killeen is a military base, like your brother just
Yes.
said.
There's a lot of stuff going on over
They
there.
pass it along the same people, bro.
I'm looking
Yeah.
out there right now.
Yeah.
So
Man,
Pretty fast.
you gotta watch these motherfuckers. Hey man, I'm telling you, especially young Jake, bro, like, I mean, I understand you want to get some putty, but go on three rubbers. Hey, fuck that, I know rubbers is a thing of the, no it's not, nigga. Start sliding on them rubbers, man.
Yeah, yeah.
3 of them.
Yeah.
If you gonna get some putty, other than that, if you got a woman and you know she good, you just stick with your woman.
If I had to be a right-handed bandit here, you know what I'm saying?
I
It
do
comes
that
down
too.
to it. Hey.
Hey, okay, right, your shit looking like a mushroom. Look, man, yeah, I'm gonna say it on camera. Fuck y'all, you scoffers. I'll get on my phone and pull up some porno and take that low late at night, at light distance to the bathroom and low walk in slow motion. Yeah, I'd rather do that than wake up in the morning good. That
Low slow walk.
that slow walk. With your phone in your hand. I'd rather do that than wake up with your shit looking like a mushroom.
Oh, hey, man. It's getting to that time. You know, get ready for 2 o'clock.
Okay, well, you got it, bro.
Anybody got any closing precepts or anything? Cool, man. We can end it on that. Lord, that was edifying, man. That was very edifying camp, man. Take heed for you brothers in general, especially you younger brothers, man. You know, like take heed, especially to this message today, man. You know, we gonna get everything that our heart desire in the kingdom of heaven, man. You know, just stay the course, keep your eyes single, and stay focused. You know, in the name of Yahweh Shah. All right, so we're gonna end it off on that. We're gonna give all praise, all honor, and all glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKadosh.
We also want to give double honors to our apostles and our bishops and elders and great stones that rule well through the Holy Spirit. Peace and blessings and salutations to you elect who are scattered throughout the 4 winds of this earth, fulfilling your lots in all truth and all sincerity. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Man, I like the early camp, man.
It'd be cool, man.